Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students and viewers. Welcome you all to this live online class. I am very glad to join you, and it is my first class with this session. That means my inaugural class with you, and I am happy that we at last could start our live online class. My dear students and viewers, you know that we the human civilization are going through a world crisis, and that is COVID-19 pandemic. But don't get disappointed and hanging, because if you look at the history of human civilization, we see human civilization has always overcome these difficulties with victories. You know that the history of human civilization is the history of surviving and prevailing. That's why you know that why we can survive and prevail throughout the world. The history, you see that not only surviving and prevailing but also development, we do have human civilization, human race. Why? Because by the grace of Almighty Allah, we have a unique gift of adaptation and most importantly learning. What I am talking about? Learning. That's why we want you to continue your learning, and that's why our college authority as well as the authority of Bangladesh has decided to take your live online classes. At the very beginning of the class, I would like to show my gratitude to my respected principal, Professor Muhammad Mustafa Kamal sir, Vice Principal, Professor Haruna Rashid Hawladar sir, because they are always thinking for the betterment of the students, and they are always trying to upgrade your and all, as well as your institution's situation all the while. I also want to show my gratitude to my dear friend and colleague Dipan Shikdar, because for this sort of classes he is always helpful to us. My dear students and viewers, as it is the first class, that may be a very introduction with you. You can say what are the importance of this online live class. You can ask me a lot of questions. You have a lot of questions, of course. Dear students, you know that yesterday was a very crucial day for the history of Bangladeshi people. And what was that? Our Honorable Education Minister has decided not to take the HSC examination. It's of course a decision, a very hard decision that they had to take, because you know that intermediate life is the transitional period of your life. That means from this place you will go for the higher education, and this intermediate is these 2 years you have to develop yourself to get your admission at some good universities as well as medical, BUET or anywhere universities, you will go there. This is the base, is the intermediate based. This is on the basis of your intermediate, and the lackings that you have in your previous classes, you have to fulfill all these things. But you see, the examinee of 2020, that means this year, their scheduled examination was in April 1st, 2020. But due to the coronavirus pandemic, we had to delay 15 days, 1 month, and then now it is the month of October. Our authority has decided, and they had vision and revisions for a number of time, taking various circumstances, various situations, various logics, and from advice from every corner. It was the finest decision they had to take. This is the second time in the history of Bangladesh that students are getting promoted without examination, and it also happened during our liberation war. So that means we the Bangladeshi people are in the war. Not only Bangladeshi people, but all over the world we are in the crisis. Anyway, my dear, so this online class is really very important. We wanted to take the class in the classroom because students are always influenced by the personality of the teachers, of the professors that you have in your college. But here, this sort of impersonal education, that means you are watching it through your mobile phone device. Why this one is important, my dear students? So what will happen to you? Will you also get autopass like the examinee of 2020? No, of course not. because you know a number of prophecies and also a number of trials are going on throughout the world, number of trials. That means our beloved country Bangladesh, we do have a vaccine that is under trial and that is successfully going on. And also you know that Russia has already brought the vaccine, China's vaccine is under trial, also Oxford vaccine, you know that they have already overcome many steps to come to the market, and hopefully that within 5 or 6 months we will get the vaccine in our hand and we will be able to overcome the obstacles of coronavirus. If not, if the vaccine is not possible, I don't think so. I think that Allah has given us the brain to overcome this sort of pandemic. So we will introduce vaccine very soon. We, as the part of human civilization I am talking about. If not, then there are the scientists, they are talking that coronavirus itself will disappear one time. And your examination is 2022. So that means you don't have any opportunity to get autopass in the examination. I am just making the, I am just giving you the clear idea of what will happen to you. You should not be delighted. You should not be disappointed, because you know that in 2022 we do have our vaccine. We will win over this coronavirus, inshallah. So when will your examination begin? Actually, the loss of few months that you have, that means as usual you have to start your class in July 1st most probably. So now July, August, September, October, you have got your class, only 2 months. That will not give you more space in 2022. That means you will consider your ACS examination in 1st April, on 1st April 2022. And these online classes will be regarded as the beginning of your session. So that's why these online classes are very important. And also our authority has said that we will take some lessons through this online. If we can start our college regularly, we will also take some classes through the online class. So you have to consider this as your regular class. So what happens, sir, our college is closed, so we don't need to go there. It is only that physically you will not come to college, but through this through this device of the digital Bangladesh, you know that you are getting everything that is in your hand, smartphone, computer, laptop, everything that you have. Only a few maybe outside of that, but we think so maximum students are now under the coverage of this mobile phone and also the laptop and also modern devices to join the classes. So that's why this class is very important for you, these online classes. So now I should say something about English, because you are the students from various disciplines. That means 3 disciplines especially, and also the student of madrasa. We don't have any alim student at college, but we have humanities, business studies, and most importantly science we have. So now I would like to, at the very beginning of the class, I would like to give you some message about your English, the importance of English. So you all know the importance of English. Why are you going to learn English? My dear, very common some speeches that I have to deliver to you. I want to remind you something. English, why is English important? It is your question. First of all, you also know English is an international language. Now, you have 2 books, first paper and second paper. First paper 100 marks, second paper 100 marks. So you are the man, that nation that has shed their blood for their language. But we are learning English. Why? Because of its importance. And why English is an international language, this sort of why will give you the answer for the importance of English. Because you know, though Bangla is our mother tongue, English is our second language. Why? It is international language. Why? My dears, you know, it has become international language for many reasons. First of all, why will you learn English? One thing, everything in the world is based on economy. And English is a marketable language. That means if you know English, it is marketable. What is marketable? That if you by rolling this language, by using this language, you can earn money. That is the important thing, is that. And for many reasons English is important. First one, I would like to say it is a marketable language. And then you know that in the modern world of globalization, we are no longer the people of Bangladesh. Rather, we are the people who are representing the world. Of course, we belong to the whole world, and we need to communicate with others. And to communicate with others, we need a lingua franca, that means common language. That means if you want to make business with the people of China, you need one common language. He knows Chinese as well as English, and you are the man of Bangladesh, you know English as well. So now you can communicate with him in English. This common language is called lingua franca. And as lingua franca, English is on the top of all the languages for communication. You know that there are 300 million people throughout the world, their mother tongue is English. It is not confined in the origin of England. You know that English is a West Germanic language. Rather, it is now the first language for nearly 300 million people, and second language for 350 million people. That means nearly 60 countries, more than 60 countries are using English as their second language. So if you know English, then you are not deaf and dumb throughout the world. Wherever you go, you will learn it. Student of science, if you go to Japan, if you go to Germany, if you know English, it is quite common that you can work with those people of different speaking language. You can work together if you know English. So now, what is English? English is the key that will unlock the vault of everything, the vault of knowledge, the vault of research, the vault of good jobs, the vault of better salaries, everything that will be open for you if you know English. And you know that whatever you need, go to Google and write it in English. Of course, you will get something. And most books also written in English. My dear students and viewers, you know that being a colonized country, we are lagging behind. We had to start something new that the various country has already advanced. So we have to work with them in order to take our country in that places. So that's why we have to work with the people around the world to upgrade the condition of my country. That's why you have to know English. All books, all sorts of information, education, business, for good jobs and better salaries, for many reasons, you have to know English. So now you can say, sir, we also know English because we have English up to class 10. So what are the importance of English nowadays for us to learn? My dear, the English that you have learned up to class 10, this is the last time of your life, last class 2, that means class 11 and 12. This session you will learn English, that is in your syllabus, the very common subject. There is of course a difference, because what you learn, you know that there is of course a difference between your school life, your college life, and also university life. University education is based on research, and school education is based on your memorization, and also some research there is also, but very tiny level. This intermediate level, if you don't have good foundation in English, after this class you don't have any option to develop your English. So that's why English first paper and second paper, this is a huge syllabus. Some of you may think that English syllabus is quite common and it is very easy, but I don't think so. It's easy if you learn. You know that if you study regularly, you can get more than 90% marks in English, but you have also the possibility of failing the examination, because it is such a syllabus where you have to know everything from A to Z. Every grammar point you have to know it quite clearly, and it's a huge syllabus. And if your guardian, you can talk with them, the syllabus that you have in English never matches with them, because that was a very tiny syllabus in compared to this. In our syllabus we do have our first paper and second paper. My dear students, I am talking about first paper and second paper, your syllabus, but before that I would like to address the student of humanities, business studies and science. The students of humanities group, you know, your English is your most important subjects, because think of your result. If you have good foundation in English, and the students who get good marks in English also get good marks in their other subjects. And for your higher study, English is must for you. If you don't have good foundation in English, you cannot do this. And also if you study English literature, you will get the opportunity of good jobs and better salaries, everything. So for knowledges, if you study political science, if you study economics, everything, every books are written in English, you know. But think of that, English is your main subject and you have to give more and more emphasis on English. Now I am talking about, so for humanities group you have no option except English. So take it seriously, it is your most important subject. Now the question of business studies. Sir, we will become businessmen. My dear students, you may have some dream, that's why you have come to business studies. But I want to give you a warning, and that is the situation of the business studies has been deteriorating since many days. So just only getting the knowledge in accounting, marketing or management or other subjects is not quite enough. And also the demand of this subject, you want to be a banker and others, you know that from any discipline a student can be a banker, or the jobs that you prefer and think that it is the profession for the students who have learned business studies or these related subjects. Sorry to say, it is not only for your subject, and also from other discipline like physics, chemistry, like political theory, like economics, all group of people are coming there. So that's why English is also very important and most important subject to you, not accounting, not management and this. Why? If you want to be a businessman, you must need English. So there is another question. Now the most important fact is that in Bangladesh, there is a common philosophy for the students of science, that's why English is not so important for us. I want to say you something, because your education is quite different from the students of humanities and business studies, because you have to study physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology. These are all subjects that you have to study hard. My dear student, I want to say you, English is not less important and less hard than those subjects, because the syllabus is vast and this syllabus includes to your science subject. Some people, some may think that English is the subject of humanities group. No, I will clarify that. My dear students, first of all, what I was talking, marketable language. The students having good foundation in English, they do very well in their subject like physics, chemistry, math. And for higher study, that is in English, you have to write the correct English, and this is the last session that you are learning this sort of English. And then what will be added to that? This is the basics, and if you have the basic, that is all of you. And if you must have a good foundation and good basic if you want to do good, do better in your future life. So the students who have very good knowledge in English and having the science background, they are always a leap ahead than the other students of other discipline for their good jobs, for their research and everything. My dear, it is a lingua franca, and the student of science group, you have the opportunity to study globally, to study outside of Bangladesh. But I will urge you not to leave Bangladesh, come back to Bangladesh. So that's why you must know English. And for medical science, for BUET, anywhere, there, wherever you go, you must need English. So now it is a matter of question, sir, first paper and second paper, what will you study? And it of course belong to the group of humanities. Dear students, we are going to teach you both language and literature in your syllabus. Language and literature, that means grammar or syntax and literature. So language belong to the group of science. Language in various universities, it belongs to the group of science. Language. And then literature. What is literature? Literature is the psychosomatic experience. Literature is the outcome of the most intellectual persons of a nation. That's why all nation, you know that higher education is not for all. In many developed countries, also developing and also others. If you look at Japan, you see that their education is mostly based on science and technology. But their university level, they must have this literature, because it is the psychosomatic experience, it is literature that fathoms the unfathomable depth of life. Okay, so what I am talking about, literature. You all know the name of Shakespeare, you all know the name of Humayun Ahmed. Humayun Ahmed, his subject was chemistry, but he is renowned to us for his writing pieces, literature. He is famous to us, and also others, you know. Because what is said, literature includes everything: physics, chemistry, math, astrology, zoology, political theory, economics, accounting, everything are included in literature. So that's why you cannot think that it is very easy to understand, so you cannot keep it aside. Rather, whenever we are going to teach you this language, I am going to give you some information that you have formula to follow in mathematics, in physics, in chemistry. The same formula, the same types of formula are also used to understand English syntax or language. Now, my dear students, if you have the queries, you can ask me through this comment box, or my the name that you have found here, it is my identity, it is my Facebook ID. You can also give me message, you can also comment here, I will reply every one of you. There may be some, I have found that some students say, sir, this class, if you talk in English, we cannot understand. My dear students, it is your second language and it should be taught in English. Only this class, you will get your idea in English, and this class will be run in English. So I am using very simple words so that you can understand. So be with me. Now, my dear, what are we going to learn? You have first paper and second paper. First paper, it consists 100 marks, second paper 100 marks. And in the class, we will teach you both first paper and second paper simultaneously. That means both first paper will be discussed, and second paper will be discussed. So it's a question, what is your syllabus? First paper, I am going to write first paper and second paper syllabus. I am giving you the idea. First paper, English first paper, (100 marks). Reading skill 60, writing skill 40. English second paper. English second paper. English second paper, and that also 100 marks. Grammar 60, composition 40. So reading skill, writing skill, first paper 60, grammar 60 marks, composition 40 marks for second paper, and this reading skill, writing skill for first paper. We will teach you first paper and second paper simultaneously. So you should know what are the topics that should be discussed in reading skill, what are the topics that we have to discuss in writing skill, and also for grammar and composition. Write it. Okay, I think you have written. So I am talking about the reading skill, English first paper, reading skill. What you have to answer. Dear students and viewers, you have already got the book of the NCTB, National Curriculum and Textbook Board. This is the book that you have, English first paper. You have to procure this book, you have to collect this book. And in this book we have, it is the name of this book is English for Today, classes 11, 12 and Alim. And the writers, you know, if you have this book. The writers Qazi Mutasim Billah, Fakhrul Alam, M. Shahidullah, Shamshad Murtuza, Zulfikar Haidar, Gautam Roy. Editor Syed Manjurul Islam, he is directly my teacher, and also Shaheen M. Kabiri. Now, here it is a preface. Preface, try to read it and we will understand. Professor Nayan Shantanu Saha, Chairman, National Curriculum and Textbook Board, Bangladesh. He has given you some preface. Okay. Now, table of content. You have 15 units. You have 15 units, unit number 1 to unit number 15. When it was first introduced, this book, it consists 15 units, and also the 15 units, same 15 units, but every year we get the new edition, only the jumbling of the units. 7 units goes to 4, 4 units goes to 15, like this. So the same book, if you have any book, okay, you can study. This book is quite enough. So this is your first paper. From this first paper, you will get 3 things directly. Number 1, 2, 3, and also number 11. There may 11, number 11 will be common or maybe uncommon. So 3 things that will come from this book. So this book is important to you. So from this book, I am talking about reading skill. The first part of English first paper. What will be here? Number 1. Passage. A passage will be given from this text. From where this passage will come? From this text. Okay. From this passage, you have to answer A. MCQ 1 multiple 5 equal to 5 marks. And number B. Open-ended questions. Open-ended questions, 2 multiple 5 equal to 10. Open-ended questions and MCQ. Open-ended questions and MCQ, these 2 you have to answer. Dear, so from this passage, so this MCQ will be based on word meaning, and you know that what is reading skill. Before going to discuss this, we have to talk about reading skill. So you know that we must have minimum 4 skills for any language, 4 skills, and that is we must have reading skill, writing skill, speaking skill, and listening skill. Reading, writing, speaking, and listening. In these 4 skills, the first one comes reading skill. What do you mean by reading skill? Reading skill means whenever you are reading something, you must have the comprehending skill, comprehending, analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating. This is called reading skill. Comprehending, to understand something, evaluating, to describe something, and also synthesizing, to make the combination of various components if you need, and also evaluating, you know. So these are the 4 skills that includes in this reading skill. So in this 60 marks you will find those things, and first of all a passage, and from there MCQ, and this MCQ is based on, these MCQs are based on word meaning. that means you know that the meaning of the word depends in a definite sentence, and the sentence will define the meaning. So that's why you must need a use word stock. So first paper book, you have to read every lesson of these books, and then you have to know the meaning of the words, the synonym, the antonym, and also the vocabulary. That means its suffix or prefix, its adjective form, its noun form. These are all the things that you have to understand. So MCQ, open-ended questions. It is measured. It is given here. Open-ended questions. That means it is not close-ended. Sometimes we have the question and we can answer it by yes or no. If the question starts with auxiliary verb, but these questions is not close-ended. That means you cannot answer this only by yes or no. Rather, you have to explain that. And what I was talking, in order to write the answer of these questions, you must need the skill like comprehending, analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating. And you have to follow certain rules to write the answer. And each questions has 2 marks. And my dear, you will not get all the 5 questions directly from your text that you can copy. Rather, you have to follow certain rules to write it, and in my classes I will discuss that. And the second one here, number 1 passage, I'm going to the second one, what will be in the examination, that is number 2 passage. And this passage will also given from your text, and from this passage you have to do information transfer or that means table or flowchart. And in the examination, flowchart is very often, table is not always in the examination, very rare a table has come to the examination. Now, what is flowchart and what is information transfer? Actually, information transfer means inferring information from the given text and using them in the flowchart. This will develop your skill of processing the information. What is processing of information, how to write the flowchart? If you follow the class, join regularly, then you will understand. Okay, and here it consists 10 marks, and you have to write, if it is flowchart, 2 multiple 5 equal to 10 marks. Then number 3, another passage from your text, and there you have to write summary. My dear students, you know what is summary. You have to read the passage, you have to find out the main points from that, and you have to write those main points in your own word, not by following or not by copying from the text. You need to follow certain rules, and you know that a summary will not be more than 33%, that means 1/3 of the passage, and it includes all the informations that you have in the main passage, but it is not more than 1/3. What was it? Okay, so dear students, I have to stop here today, and in my next class, that means next Thursday, every Thursday at 12 p.m. I will take my class with you. So what you have to do, I will start from here. First of all, I will give you the idea of what is in your syllabus, and then I will go both first paper and second paper. Okay, so I think that during this COVID-19, the government has decided not to get you in the college. Rather, you will be at your home, and you will continue your study. So my dear students, hope that you will meet my next class, you will join my next class next Thursday. So stay home, stay sanitized, and keep learning. Till then, Allah Hafiz.